going to be nauseatingly sycophantic and say I've learned so much from Les Bach's article that he wrote with Shamsuddin, because it made me realise, I think when we work in English, when we work in literature, maybe when we work in history as well, we're trying to be individualists, and people, we do our own thing in our own offices or with our little spot in the library. But that example is such a good one of all of a sudden I thought, let's say in relation to the example of the native languages or something, why don't I make contact with somebody over there and ask them whether they might want to help me? It's the simplest thing. So this, yeah, you can pontificate about outsider knowledge and how that has its own merits and so on and so forth. But if you put it together with insider knowledge, then surely, you're onto a winner. I then, in relation to Foucault, you'd still have to worry about what relationship is and how, would that person do that for free, or why would they? What's in it for them? Why would they do that? So you'd have to work out some kind of contract or some kind of understanding, or have some hope or trust that it would be of mutual benefit. I don't know. But as a kind of beginning thought, it was one I would never have had I not read that.
Very quickly, community of practice. Establish, develop, negotiate, co-create a community of practice rather than be the researcher that drops in and leaves. So the developing relations that's sustained and sustainable with the locals and having locals involved is absolutely, I think, essential. How else can you do it? And people have done PhDs and EdDs with significant co-researchers that are local, actually working with them, and that relationship and that translation is part of the research itself. Very important. Allow plenty of time. This is not something that can be quick and dirty at all. And ask yourself, whose voice is silenced in my research? Whose voice is silenced? Because we come with our own assumptions. And we have our own stresses and entanglements. But where there's a crossover, and I notice that you've got a lot of people. There's something going on here, which is really wonderful. Yes.
Positionality. She's at
Social network analysis, yes, going on. That one positions oneself, in that ethical and empathic way. So to live the orange.
Oh yeah, so just three short things. Communicative spaces, and I think we've already said that, the silences, the interruptions, the apprehensions, all of those unexplored and unarticulated tensions in your research and the decision making that goes around it, what's invoked in the minds of the researchers and the participants and those involved. Reflexivity and positioning, building and nurturing relationships that are underpinned by power and positioning among all these stakeholders. Who has the agency? And also thinking about the organisation where you're researching, and the university you're researching in, challenging some of the power and positioning and expectations around research. You talked about that, we're in a ref environment here of 4-star research articles. And then finally, the ethics and the culture of thinking about and contesting perhaps the rules and the values and motivations of those who are initiating and undertaking and evaluating a research project, whether it's the funders, the managers, your supervisor, policy implementers, etc.
That's hard, The article we were generous about was reflecting on another piece that involved 3 authors actually, one of them was a participant. And we gave that paper as a talk so as a few years ago, with 3 of us speaking on us, in sequence. And at the end of that presentation, there was maybe about 200 people there. It was packed actually. I've never done anything where there's applause in the middle of the presentation after Charlene spoke. There was like spontaneous applause before I, so I kind of walked into this space of applause. That's not the point. Afterwards, there was this funny moment where there was a sort of reception. One of the PhD students just said, came up to me and said, but Les, if we follow this line of argument, of practice, to its conclusion, you're going to make us all unemployed. Us being that generation of PhD researchers. And of course we laughed. And I suppose the thing that we talked about is, on the one hand, letting go of some of those forms of authority that contain conceits can also have the opportunity to embrace other kinds of possibilities, and for new things to emerge, new spaces, new communities of thinking to emerge as well. And the thing I would say as something to pass on is that's a lifelong project, in our craft. And the stage that you're at the moment, there may be limitations on how much you can expand those things. The limitations that perform with the PhD thesis. It's okay for just your name to be on the front page of your thesis. And maybe exploring some of these possibilities and integrating those which are realisable within the constraints that you have to work within is okay. Is okay. So many people I've been working with at the moment are trying to do so many ambitious things, and in a way the possibilities are undermining their capacity to realise what they need to do for now. So it's a first step in that journey of opportunities rather than